Oh, if this is up, it's good.
This is when the game is fun, Frank. Down breeze and you just watch it. Stays in the air forever.
Yeah.
Well, that's...
No damage. And you're not going to birdie every hole.
He's made it. Frank, this could be an exciting...
If you're going to take it on a direct line, then you've got to carry all of that bunker complex. Then the other thing to realize, what's the worst thing that can happen? Just in the bunker, right? It's worth a go. Either that, hit it down the right side. There's getting pretty. We need a bit of force to extract one out of there.
Well, this one should be safely on deck here. That was a big, bold strike, and now a chance for a big, bold move. Putt for eagle coming up.
Oh, now that is going to hurt.
Made a par in his previous round. This time, it's for birdie.
It'd be a shame to spoil it with a splash.
Safely aboard. Birdie try again here today.
Never looked like missing.
Well, here we are at 18. It's a par 4, only 439 yards, but again, we've said it all day long. Water to deal with.
It's a great driving hole here, Rich. You don't necessarily have to hit driver. There's three groups of bunkers that are really in play off the tee shot. It's the one in the middle. It's around 290 yards. That's the one you really have to focus on. For stronger players, there's nothing wrong with hitting 3-wood off the tee there. You're still only going to have a shot of 150, 160 yards. Whichever way you look at it, it's something that you think you can find the fairway with.
He's making the game look very simple right now. See it, hit it, and he's got it right on track. Chance to win right here, the Career Builder Challenge. Wow, that was so close, Frank.
Just time to forget that one. I mean, he couldn't hit that much better.
This one just requires a little bit of focus. No problems there.
Yeah, keeps the round going, keeps the momentum on his side.
Just a fantastic week of golf. Add that one to the win count.
A lot of great quality players out there, and to come on top of that leaderboard is truly a great accomplishment.
Presented by EA Sports and the PGA Tour. Set in the Sonoran Desert and surrounded by the majestic McDowell Mountains, we're at the stadium course at TPC Scottsdale in Arizona. Hello again and welcome. Rich Slaughter alongside Frank Nobilo, set to bring you all the action for today's event. Frank, when you think about the TPC Scottsdale, what's the first thing that comes to your mind?
The golf course has been radically changed in 2014, but it still hasn't lost its luster. Really, it's just been updated like the game itself for these young, strong players of the modern era. Oh, this is right at it.
Terrific golf shot. And now that for an easy birdie. Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. Moves into the top 25 with that birdie. And now over to the fifth. Early in the round, still holding steady, even par on the day.
Yeah, it's got that feel it could go either way here. Next few holes will probably tell us which way.
Frank couldn't ask for anything more.
Just the lie there, too. It is sitting up like it's teed up.
Chance to get it close here. Frank, even at major championships, a good crowd on a single day might be 25 to 30,000. Consider this for just a moment. At the TPC Scottsdale in 2013, round number 3 on Saturday, almost 180,000 fans jammed into that ballpark.
It's hard to imagine that's twice the gate of a Super Bowl on a golf course. Now, obviously, some of it's hidden because of the size of the acreage, but golf just doesn't get that type of crowds anywhere else in the world. But it works at TPC Scottsdale. They have a crowd that keeps going back. They have the Bird's Nest, for example, that goes there. The parties that ring around there. It's an atmosphere that golf never gets anywhere else, but it really works there. The players feel it too. They breathe it. And this is 1 week of the year, just 1 week, where they do feel like superstars.
It's a mix of soft spikes and stiletto heel. There's nothing quite like the TPC Scottsdale. Well, that was a beautiful drive, Frank. Really good position to take advantage.
Sitting up beautifully in the fairway.
Ready for his second shot, trying to knock it on the green. This is a good-looking shot. Oh, can't hide the flagstick from that man. Frank going for another birdie here.
Just to get on a real roll. All things pointed to a good week. Birdie there, very important right now.
Playing some good golf. On to the par 3 7th, 215 yards from that back tee box, Frank.
This hole hasn't really changed. Still has that V-shaped green where it's very narrow in the front. A high-flying shot in here that carries that front edge, and you'll find the further and further you go back there, the more receptive and that green starts to widen.
That will be a great look at birdie. Shouldn't be a problem here. Good job right there. Now making a move and setting himself up for, who knows, a good weekend run, maybe at another title. The former college standout has been excellent today.
Oh, beautiful swing, and the result is every bit as good.
Well, that's the way you draw it up here at the 8th. You want to get it out there. He's done that, and he's kept it in the fairway. Now playing the second here at the par 4. Inside of 10 feet, really dialed in, and getting ready for the putt. Come on, don't do that.
Cruel lip out.
Clean this up with a tap. Good solid work right there, and stays at 4 under. Rounding out the front 9 with a par 4 of 453 yards from the back tee. Looks to be straight away here, Frank. Anything to be cautious about on this tee shot?
Well, that bunker, there used to be 2 bunkers down the right side. There is now 1, and it also pinches into the fairway, which almost makes this hole look like a faint dogleg right. But really, the best line is still down the left side, so it still actually suits a draw off the tee. Green is slightly elevated and not very deep too, so judging that second shot, getting the right club is essential here at 9.
Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green. Frank landed it on the green.
It was never going to stop.
No chance.
Rich, I thought he could get this close.
That just is amazing. Just a mind blower right there. Absolutely incredible. He made the shot. There you have it, Frank. The first round is a wrap. We saw some good golf out there.
It was certainly a fun round to watch. There's a lot of great players in this field, and this is such an exciting venue. I just can't wait to see what happens the rest of the championship.
EA Sports is proud to present today's PGA Tour coverage. Welcome to the Stadium Course, TPC Scottsdale in Arizona. It's a masterful blend of challenge and playability designed by the team of Tom Weisskopf and Jay Moorish. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Novelo for EA Sports.
The changes, Rich, they made in 2014 have just added a luster to this great venue that hosts the PGA Tour event each and every year. And it's a great test for any level of play.
Second shot, good look at the green. That is classy.
Well, a chance of going in.
Par yesterday, now for birdie. Racking them and stacking them right now. 6 under par for the tournament. Teed up here at the par 4 second. Frank, what do players need to look out for off the tee?
This hole has been lengthened in 2014, some 30-plus yards. He's gone for a little extra.
He makes a great pass at the golf ball. It's powerful, but it's rhythmic at the same time.
Smoked that one.
Nice long tee shot there and a good lie, Frank. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot. That's good stuff right there. Wonderful approach, and now a really good look at birdie. Back-to-back birdies, we'll see. Frank, that birdie will help the cause. Now the third hole, it's a par 5, and how does this one set up, Frank?
It's a nice yardage around that 550, 560 yard mark. So a good drive, you can certainly reach the par 5 and 2. Got to flash it across a little bit of a desert there. This green has been completely changed in 2014, and the addition of 1 bunker to that right side. Used to be 2. I've seen some long tee shots, but it's the advantage to tee that ball up, get it up there quickly, get the wind behind you. It's amazing how far you can hit it.
Really good distance control there, playing well to his strengths. Settles in over the putt. Wow, I thought he made that. Oh, man.
I just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. Just a couple of feet. Frank, this is the kind of start every player wants.
Yeah, swinging it well. Certainly hitting the ball in the right place there. And, good thing, too. He's actually putting well.
Really nice mix of holes to start here at TPC Scottsdale. The 2 4s and then the par 5. Now our first par 3. Just a little over 180 yards, Frank.
Plays a little downhill, longer than what it once was. Green is radically different. Used to be deep, now it's wide. And the bunkering, of course, is visually totally different from what it used to be.
No problems there. Really good approach shot. And now, good looking birdie.
Same snack, though. Give me a break, Rich. Your mum could make that.
Ooh, that's a disappointment, Frank. This for par.
And that par certainly won't hurt the cause.
Still some time. Well, Frank, now at the 5th hole, the par 4, the challenge stiffens just a bit.
Yeah, the longest par 4, obviously in the start of this golf course, around the 470-yard mark. 2 bunkers down the right have been changed to 1, but it's in the perfect position now. Of course, that new tee added to add a little bit of length to this hole. The green still remains relatively similar to what it used to be.
We knew it right away. Picked up the tee, didn't even look at it. We can see it. It's perfect. Right down the middle of the fairway. And he's set up for his second shot here, looking to knock it on the green.
Well, there's a big green, and they're going to use every inch of it.
Really in control of this hole. Birdie yesterday, and another opportunity.
Just moving that much closer to the leader now, Rich.
There you have it, Frank. The second round is complete. What are your thoughts?
I think anybody looking at this leaderboard, anybody in the top 10 of that leaderboard is certainly in a good position to win. Quality of the golf there in that first 10 is excellent.
Presented by EA Sports in association with the PGA Tour. Simply put, there is nothing like it in the game of golf. It is by far the biggest spectator event in the sport. We're at TPC Scottsdale in Scottsdale, Arizona. Hello again and welcome. Rich Lerner alongside my friend and colleague Frank Nobilo. And Frank, what can you tell us about this golf course?
Well, everybody wants to know about 16, the famed par 3 here, surrounded by those skyboxes. Once again, that'll be a topic of the day. But really, this is a regular sight for the PGA Tour. So those of you that were familiar with the golf course, it's now changed. 2014, the designers Morris and Weiskopf did a massive renovation.
Well over 100,000 fans every day, better than 500,000 for the week. It's a giant party mixed in with a heck of a tournament. What a spectacular shot that was. We'll have a look at Eagle. Locked in on the read and the speed. Frank, that's the biggest roar I've heard all week long. That was an Eagle roar.
For good reason. Not just an Eagle too. All of a sudden, back in contention.
Par 4, 14th. Frank, it seems as though you'd be pretty happy with a par here.
You would, even though the putting surfaces here at TPC Scottsdale are actually going to take 2 good shots to reach this 14th hole. You can get in a little bit of trouble off the tee. That bunker on the left very much in play. The rough on the right side is no snack either, because the ball, more often than not, will finish well above the player's feet. And of course that green is very, very narrow, well protected by bunkers on the left.
Well, he's going to have to hit the same club a lot harder or just hit another one. This one looks like it's headed right for the middle of the dance floor, Frank.
Rather nice shot, I'd say.
Midway through this back 9, could use this birdie here at the 14th.
This is an awkward length.
Just misses. Well, that would have been a bonus had it gone in, but still, reasonable chance for par here.
Yeah, there's no damage. You're not going to birdie every hole.
Good work right there. He'll settle for par. Great scoring opportunity here at the par 5 15th, but Frank, I'm wondering, as a player, is your mind beginning to think about what's ahead at that par 3 16th hole?
Oh, they are. This is really the finishing stretch at TPC Scottsdale, where you get all these swing holes. 15 is a swing hole. 16, 17, and 18, where so many changes in the score can actually happen. But this one here is all about finding the fairway. A good drive down here will be well rewarded, because you'll have a chance to reach this par 5 and 2.
That is another laser right at the flagstick. Shouldn't be a problem here. Putting on a show, this tournament leads to 15 under par. Now to the 16th hole, and Frank, what makes this so special is the walk underneath the grandstands. It's the Gladiator coming into the Coliseum.
That's a perfect description, Rich, and that's why this hole is unlike any other hole on the PGA Tour. The atmosphere that the players feel on that tee, they cannot prepare for, they can't experience anywhere else. This is a once-in-a-lifetime par 3.
And when you look at it from up high with the blimp view, it sort of appears as though they dropped Fenway Park or Wrigley Field right into the desert. And this is a sellout crowd. Now, this is 20,000 fans, and there's nothing like it. There's not a single hole in golf that has more fans on it than the 16th here at TPC Scottsdale.
Well, birdies are hard to come by in this situation. So tight.
Keeps him right in the thick of it. Frank, when you get to the 17th hole, we always recall maybe the single most bizarre shot in the history of golf.
Yeah, everybody talks about maybe a hole-in-one at 16, but really 17. And the player was Andrew McGee. It was a good tee shot, don't get me wrong. But Rich, it needed an assist.
Well, the assist came from Tom Byram, whose brother Kurt is a commentator for the Golf Channel. Tom Byram was just minding his own business, standing on the green, sort of leaning on his putter, and you know what happened.
Yeah, the ball hit Tom Byram's putter and then careened into the hole. So, 17. Made famous, a little bit of history with a couple of names to drag up from the past.
Just had a bit of a spasm right there. I don't know how else to explain it. You're on the green, and now you're on the fringe? Getting set now over the putt.
And another good par. Rich, 18 was always considered a long finishing hole.
Not for J.B. Holmes.
Yeah, the water was always in play. And then the day he took it over the left side and carried everything and went on to win, that completely changed the way this golf course played ever since that day.
And it resulted in some of the changes we're seeing now.
Yeah, evidence, the new bunkering down the left side. But it showed us all how much and how strong these guys are, how much they've improved over the years.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Oh, can't hide the flag stick from that man. Trying to make yet another birdie. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. There you have it. Round 3 is finished, and it was a good one, Frank.
Yeah, after 3 rounds in, you really could start to see who could take home the trophy when it's all said and done. Great play, though, up until this point. Round 4 should be an absolute thriller.
This is EA Sports PGA Tour coverage coming up next. Here at the TPC Scottsdale in Arizona, and Frank, when so many people tune in to watch this great event, they think immediately of the 16th hole with all of those fans jammed in. It's like Fenway Park inside the desert there, but it's much more than that little par 3, isn't it?
It certainly is more than that, Rich. The TPC Scottsdale is a great venue for a PGA Tour event. It's a blend of everything: birdie opportunities, holes that are fraught by water, bunkering that's been changed. All in all, it's a great atmosphere with nearly 500,000 people that visit this during the tournament week.
Playing this par 4, still not on the green after that second shot.
That's still not done. A good third shot, maybe get away here with par.
Inside 20 feet, never bad.
18 feet to be exact.
This one just requires a little bit of focus.
How did that not go in?
Well, you just can't make up ground if you don't make putts. Drop shot here at the 14th hole. Hoping to drop only one shot, this for bogey. Bad news is, that's a bogey. The good news, still tied for the lead.
He's the only one disappointed. The rest of the field aren't. He made it a real cat fight. winding this one up. Does he have the power? Just pulverized that golf ball.
They'll be happy with that. In the fairway, now a good chance to attack this hole. Second from an excellent lie.
In the direction of the sand.
Looks like it. Oh my goodness, that could have been really bad.
Can you imagine if that kicks towards the bunker?
Wow, Nate Siegel makes everybody else look sort of average, Frank.
And look at the size of that lead on the leaderboard now.
Well, partner, here we go. Players have characterized it as terrifying, chaotic, amazing. The stadium atmosphere here at this hole, the 16th of par 3, is really spectacular, isn't it, Frank?
It is. Because of the atmosphere, the number of people, this is the closest a golfer gets to like kicking a field goal in a Super Bowl. It's just surrounded by people. It's not really the difficulty of the hole. Just over 160 yards, a modest par 3. There's no water in trouble. But it's an atmosphere that golfers never normally are familiar with.
And the solid play continues. Pretty good approach shot right there.
It's no snack, though.
Beautiful stroke right there. Finds the bottom of the cup with ease. 17th hole, Frank, and this one is really set up for maximum excitement.
Well, there's two things that you really think of. How do I play this hole and how is it going to affect the rest of my round? This is the penultimate hole. If you make a mistake here, it'll carry over. It might cost you the tournament. But if you're a hero, it's going to carry forward to 18. This is why 17 is such a big swing hole.
Frankie's cranking it and banking it. Giant drives, a boatload of birdies. What a round.
Yeah, these are the days you just dream for. We know golf's not that easy, but on a day like today, savor it and just keep going. Keep doing it.
Frank had hit the green, but just didn't have enough backspin.
Yeah, you wonder what he was thinking on that. And an awkward little bunker shot. Just splash it out, let the ball run towards the flag.
And it makes the green in regulation. Birdie here yesterday, trying to do it again today. That shot falls. We're a birdie. Par 4 18th, and Frank, if you are trying to win the tournament out here at TPC Scottsdale, this is all you want down the stretch.
It is. There's a short bunker there, obviously for the recreational player to respect. 3 bunkers down the right side protected, and that new bunkering situation down the left there to stop the attack of a Bubba Watson or a J.B. Holmes. Now this tee shot is going to have to be respected, and the green too is anything other than flat.
I have this at about 125 yards. Frank, you've played in conditions all over the world.
Obviously, the scores will go up a little bit, given the conditions. But once again, this is going to suit the stronger player today.
Frank, this is always such a difficult spot for a golfer. You just hit one out of bounds. You're trying to regroup.
He's going to need to more than regroup now.
Getting set now for his fourth shot. Took the penalty after hitting it out of bounds.
Yeah, this can get away from him here.
That's a sensible approach shot right there. In good position on the green. Biggest crowd.
The edges. You know you're hitting good putts.
That's how you keep a round going. Make them from that distance. Just a tremendous week of golf. And that, my friend, is a winner right there. NBC Golf Channel on EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live opening round coverage of the Arnold Palmer Invitational. Frank, they say you have to ride the wind. Boy, he got all of that one.
Got every ounce out of the conditions.
Oh, no, look out, Frank. I think he flushed that one.
Oh, this is going, gone.
Just averted danger right there. So close.
Why does he have all the luck?
Needs a few more of those. That was a good birdie.
Yeah, this time, that one gets him in the top 10.
Our featured golfer is already 5 holes in. Let's take you out now to the 6th. As we catch up with today's featured golfer, Frank, what's the key to generating some momentum?
Just hitting good shots. I know it sort of sounds like the old cliche, but plenty of opportunities. A few 10, 15-foot putts start going down. This round will change dramatically.
Couldn't ask for too much better here.
Well, with a good shot here, Rich, this eagle on the cards, hole very reachable from where he is.
Don't get many opportunities like this. This is a good place to take advantage. Good swing, good shot yet again. He's hit it very close, and he will have that, Frank, for an eagle.
Amazing.
Hold on, maybe there is a chance for the win. That eagle moving the player into the top 10.
Just when we're focused at the top of the leaderboard, there's a lot of movement there in the middle of the field.
Moving on now, Frank, we're at the par 3 7th hole. What's the challenge here?
Really, the high ball hitters have an advantage here. Just try and carry it in the middle of the green.
Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
We just saw a player in total control of what he's doing. Didn't miss a green in regulation all day long. Now comfortably inside that cut line, the former national champ makes birdie. Frank, as you step to the tee here at the 8th, what are you seeing?
Another hole that suits the long hitter, Rich. That bunker just over 300 yards. The further you get down there, the shorter club you have in over the water.
Caught that one flush, Frank. That was beautiful.
What was the movie again? Dead, solid, perfect.
Frank, as we look at the approach shot here at the 8th, no doubt a player would be happy to walk out of here with a par.
Oh, no doubt about that at all. Really, you want to judge your second shot to land somewhere in the middle of this green. Don't really want to be messing with the front. If you have a little look, you'll see why.
Terrific golf shot. And now, that for an easy birdie. Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. They're very impressive and on the move right now. Final hole now of the front side. It's a 474-yard par 4. And Frank, you've played it before. What works best here?
Well, ideally, a nice little draw off the tee. The hole's quite weird because the tee shot shapes to the left, and yet the green goes the other way.
Frank just continuing to make the game look easy.
This just shortens the whole golf course up when you can hit it that far. Should be safely on deck.
That will be a great look at birdie. Shouldn't be a problem here. That was a nice birdie, and no doubt he's feeling pretty good about his position on this leaderboard.
A series of good holes in a row has got him to this point.
Well, Frank, round 1 in the books. Look who's on top of the leaderboard.
And that's with some strong play today. They don't really need to look back. Strong play heading into the second round tomorrow.
NBC Golf Channel on EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Its second round coverage of the Arnold Palmer Invitational. We're at the Bay Hill Club and Lodge in Orlando, Florida, site of one of the PGA Tour's premier stops, the Arnold Palmer Invitational. Always attracting a great field, and through the years it has been the scene of just some championship play from one guy in particular.
Tiger Woods has won there an incredible 8 times.
We're ready to go. Off to the first hole. Getting ready to tee off, coming off a solid first round. Let's see if our featured golfer can conjure some of that magic here in round number 2, Frank. Appears to be what they call a commercial play. Very solid. Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on there. Easy birdie.
Birdie putt coming up. The par on this hole yesterday. That is some good work right there. Birdie and one shot closer to the lead. Here at the 231-yard par 3 second, Frank, pretty good hole.
It certainly is, Rich. The carry on the right side's a little shorter, but if you're going to take it down the left side, you've got to fly that ball at least another 20 yards.
Can't hide the flagstick from that man. Frank going for another birdie here.
Just to get on a real roll.
Well, how about this start? Birdie to open the round. Now to the par 4 third, 434 yards and plenty of trouble on that left side.
One of the hardest tee shots on the front side. Water very much in play down the left.
Now it's right in his wheelhouse. Good position where he can attack the pin.
Yeah, he has all those options now. That ball's sitting up. You can bring it in high. You can bring it in low. The choice is yours.
Birdie try up next. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. There's another birdie and another move on that leaderboard. 10 under par for the tournament. Rich Lerner with Frank Nobilo back at the 4th hole. It's par 5, the first one on the golf course, and Frank, a really good scoring opportunity.
Certainly is. 2 bunkers down the left. Just want to keep it inside that. If you flare it a little right, there's a hazard that just sneaks up on you. When he goes after it like he is here, grab the fire extinguisher, put out that ball is on fire. It's melting going through the air. Ooh, that is long.
What a drive. Just tattooed that.
Second shot.
Can't hide the flagstick from that man.
He is just unbelievable. That never deviated offline.
Tough game, Frank. You can hit 300-yard drives and miss 3-foot putts.
Yeah, there's the ecstasy, and that's the agony.
Now this for birdie came away with par in the previous round. Now has a tie for the lead with that birdie.
And a pep in the stride.
Frank, at the 4th, we pulled the hammer out. Here, maybe it's a scalpel?
Well, it just depends. A little trailing breeze. A drive is not always a bad play here. 367 yards to the front. There's a little kick forward. So, wind behind your back, almost worth a go.
Not quite what he was hoping for. Wow, what a shot.
What are the chances of making it from there?
Frank, back in 1998, by any chance, do you remember exactly how many golf balls John Daly hit into the water at the 6th?
It was half a dozen. Half a box of golf balls.
Beautiful looking shot right here. Right where they were aiming, in the fairway. Right in the heart of the fairway. green light special. Well, he has not been bothered by these strong winds today. It has really been gusty, but you wouldn't know it watching this guy on TV. Well, this one should be safely on deck here. And a chance for eagle after that perfectly played shot. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. Don't leave it short. Wow. This for another birdie on this hole on the week. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall.
Well, Rich, 2 rounds in the books, and it's easy to see why the leaders are on top of that leaderboard.
Excellent performance, but still a long ways to go in this tournament. NBC Golf Channel on EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live third-round coverage of the Arnold Palmer Invitational. That one is just a little offline, and that will not end up in the fairway. Just in the first cut of rough, not a bad lie. The only issue is he might get a jumper here. On the green, and a chance for birdie. Frankie's going for 2 birdies in a row.
If he can knock this one in, then that's certainly going to help the confidence.
That's not how you picture it, Frank, when you step on that first tee.
No, you'd like to go back to that first tee right now and start again.
Has his par. Back to the action here at the second. It's a par 3, demanding hole, Frank, isn't it?
Longest par 3 on the golf course. Slightly downhill, but you need every advantage here. It requires your best.
Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot. That's one of the more depressing sights in golf. You hit a good one, and then it just sucks back too much spin off the green. Very nicely done, right on the dance floor.
Even par, currently.
Man.
I just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. Clean this up with a tap. Drop shot and a dropped position on the leaderboard.
This game's never about being perfect. It's about being resilient.
Frank, now to the third hole here at Bay Hill. If you have a case of the snap hooks, you're in some serious trouble here.
You're going to run out of golf balls here as well, but a good tee shot's going to leave you something like 150, 160 yards into a very narrow green.
Good strike, good lie, good chance to attack the pin. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Had a birdie here yesterday in there close. Great opportunity for another one. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read.
That birdie has to feel even better, Rich, with everything so tight at the top.
Right in the middle of a Donnybrook at this point. 561-yard, par 5 Fort Frank, a chance to make 4 and maybe even an eagle 3.
Yeah, that green's just raised a little bit, so if you hit a good drive in there and you're going with a slightly shorter club, big advantage.
Well, this one's sweet, Frank.
Super.
That's a good drive right there. Got all of it.
Did you hear the sound?
Now from a good position in the fairway, his second shot. Well, this could be good. Can't hide the flagstick from that man. Just a couple of feet. Man, what an eagle right there, Frank, and what a time to deliver that kind of decisive shot. That wraps up the third round. Just one more to go before we crown our champion.
Yeah, I'm not saying I'm looking at my crystal ball, Rich, but that champion that we see tomorrow might be the one just sitting at the leaderboard on top of it right now.
NBC Golf Channel on EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live final round coverage of the Arnold Palmer Invitational. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo for EA Sports and Golf Channel on NBC. Pleased as always to be at the house that the King built, Arnold Palmer, the Bay Hill Club and Lodge in Orlando, Florida.
A golf course that's produced many a great champion. Tiger Woods has won it a whopping 8 times. Ernie Els has won it twice. This is a place that tests the best in the game.
This one doesn't look good.
There's water over there. Well, where this ball's going, there's no fairway there, only rough.
Second shot coming out of the rough here.
Great shot out of the rough. He avoided all the troubles just to get that on the green.
That was not an easy shot. He'll settle. See if he can go one better than yesterday when he made par. This putt for birdie. Down it. That's a birdie. Frank, now to the 14th of par 3, and how difficult is this hole?
Once again, very narrow entry into the green, so ideally you want to fly the ball a little higher than normal, make it soft, make it land a little softer. Well, there's a big green, and they're going to use every inch of it.
Oh, just a superb shot.
You're not going to see much better than that all day today.
Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. Okay, no problem with that. At the 15th hole now at Bay Hill, this is a massive dogleg, Frank.
Yeah, if you're a Bubba Watson type player and you can move the ball around, you can move it left to right, that'll certainly help the tee shot. If you're average Joe, though, just hit it down the left and take your medicine.
Now it's right in his wheelhouse, good position where he can attack the pin.
Yeah, he has all those options now. With that ball sitting up, you can bring it in high, you can bring it in low. The choice is yours.
So a chance for birdie after another solid approach shot.
It's no snack, though.
Sinks it.
Unbelievable.
The Bay Hill Club & Lodge features a really exciting finishing stretch. 16 is a reachable par 5. You'll see eagles and birdies there coming home. 17, a very difficult par 3 over the water. The bunker is there. Takes an excellent shot. And then 18 is all you want. We know that with the water in front. That second shot which comes over the lake. And that's a hold-your-breath moment. It is a great finishing 3-hole stretch at Bay Hill. How about that tee-ball? Not just in the fairway, but way down the fairway.
Yeah, a lot of people can hit it long and crooked. Long and straight, that's the hard one to get. That is absolutely in prime position.
Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
That is an excellent play right there. The approach, giving him another good look. Not a gimme, but well within his range. And Frank, this is just an absolute bludgeoning right now. An eagle, and the lead widens. Frank, par 3 17th here at Bay Hill. How difficult is this hole?
This one takes your best tee shot, Rich. Otherwise, you're just looking at 4 or 5.
Frank, Arnold Palmer has that unique swing. It's sort of a corkscrew finish, a Tasmanian devil in it. I mean, he goes at it really hard. What's the lesson for all golfers?
Well, the two things that his dad really taught him and instilled into his game was a steady head and a great grip. And they have never, ever left him. And I think that's why he played great golf for so long.
I always love to watch Arnold, too, with the fans at the Arnold Palmer Invitational. Takes his time, works his way through the crowds, and looks everyone in the eye.
Well, the old saying goes, Arnold Palmer's never met a stranger. Surely not.
Really in control of this hole. Birdie yesterday and another opportunity on the way. This one just requires a little bit of focus. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Frank, this is a stout finishing hole, the 18th, isn't it?
Yeah, it finishes that great run of 16, 17, and 18, and so many times we've seen disaster and triumph just on those final 3 holes. There's something about a well-hit shot.
Pretty good drive here.
Another straight one.
Nicely played shot, about 310 yards down the fairway. Well, Frank, the wind is really starting to pick up.
You've got to fixate on the direction now. If you get the direction wrong and or mistime one of those gusts, all sorts of problems. Oh, solid strike right in the heart of the green.
Great way to finish off the final approach shot with a birdie opportunity to win the Arnold Palmer Invitation.
Oh, that was nasty.
That's an outrage right there. I mean, if there's a high commission of golfdom, we need to consult them right now because it's just simply not fair, Frank. It's not.
I think the people above are frowning on the people below.
That's why you play the game, to stack up the wins. Great effort right there. EA Sports is proud to present PGA Tour coverage. Today it's live opening round coverage of the Alberta Classic. Let's go over to the 5th hole. Frank, when you get out of the gates, as our featured golfer has done, with a lot of pars, steady play, what's the mindset?
You've got to keep doing that, Rich. Just maybe get a little closer to the hole, drive a little bit better. work on the pace of the putting. Just little gains, and then all of a sudden you're going to notice a big difference in the scorecard. Well, when he goes after it like he is here.
Beautiful looking shot right here.
Long just meant longer. I tell you, there's long and long. And that, with a little bit of breeze behind, it's long.
He rode the wind there to payday. He's going to have a good look coming up. Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green. Really good distance control there, playing well to his strengths. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Now at 2 under par for the tournament. Now at the 6th hole here at Banff Springs, it's a short par 4, only 373 yards, and the short par 4, Frank, all the rage in golf course architecture these days.
A lot more strategy involved when you've got a hole that you can nearly reach with a tee shot. It's how far back do you leave it, what sort of distance you want that second shot. All those things to compute. Straightforward, a little bit uphill. Basically, it's what you want for your second shot.
Well, that was a beautiful drive, Frank. Really good position to take advantage.
Sitting up beautifully in the fairway.
Chance to set himself up for a good scoring opportunity with his second shot here. Good, clean contact and a nice result. And a chance for birdie coming up. Frank, this would be a nice way to jumpstart the round.
Yeah, his momentum can quickly go in the right direction if he makes this.
Made a good run at birdie. He'll have to focus now. Try to walk away with the par. Just a couple of feet. Frank, you can see by the reaction, it has been that kind of week. Just a few too many pars. Now to the second par 5 on this opening 9. Frank, this is a pretty long hole, 602 yards.
Well, it's called hoodoo. Do you know what hoodoo means? It means bad luck, actually, so you don't really want to be thinking about that on this tee shot. 602 yards, if you belt one off the tee, you might avoid the bad luck.
That's an absolute tracer right there. In the fairway and well over 320 yards.
Second shot.
Big swing right there, and a great result, and now a chance for a big swing in momentum with an eagle coming up. Putting a good round together now at 4 under. Now to hole number 8. It's another par 3 with some water, Frank, only 150 yards. This is the shortest hole in the golf course.
But distance control is still very important here. If you can get the right distance, you could perhaps aim 10 or 15 feet left of the flag. You're only going to have a 10 or 15 foot putt. So just think of that. Water on the right there. Just aim a little further to the left. You can still make birdie.
Well, he'll be disappointed with that, no doubt.
Yeah, swing didn't quite look right on that one.
Okay, good shot on the dance floor. And getting ready for the putt. No problem at all. Good putt, and stays at 4 under par. So we'll round out the front side here at Banff Springs with a par 5 and reasonably short at only 501 yards.
So very reachable because of that yardage that you just referenced. Hole bends a little bit to the right. You can favour the left side with a tee shot. It's just going to make that angle on the second a little bit easier.
Good strike, good lie, good chance to attack the pin. Frankie could make eagle right here with a really good approach shot.
Yeah, well within his reach too. And Rich, if we just sit back and relax here, I think we're going to see perhaps a very good look at eagle coming up. Now, this is not heading in the right direction.
No, it looks like it's going to be in the rough and into the thicker stuff.
Let's see if he can bludgeon this one out. That's a tough lie to come out of. Not surprising it's come up short.
Well short right there, but still in the game for a par. That's how you maintain momentum. You make those putts for par.
That was a great first day out there, Rich.
I really enjoyed it. We saw a lot of birdies, excellent play, and some impressive names on top of this leaderboard. Anybody's game. This is EA Sports coverage of the PGA Tour. It's second round coverage of the Alberta Classic.
Oh, I liked that.
Drivable par 4, not for most in this field, but for this guy, yes, he has just knocked it on. What a shot.
Well, Rich, if there's something to be taken out of this tournament, then it's that right there. Eagle. That'd be hard to come by.
Maybe you can build on that. 602-yard par 5, 7th hole, Frank. I'm guessing you want to take the big stick out and let it rip here.
So Rory McIlroy hit his tee shot here. So far, he had an iron in.
Can't ask for much more here at the 7th. He has hit a good one. Looks like he's going to have a go at it here at the par 5. His second shot. Didn't knock down the flagstick, but he still has a chance.
21 steps, or should I say feet.
Frank, how rare would this be if this putt drops?
Well, this is I'd like to say once in a lifetime, but
Moving into the top 25 after making an eagle right there. Frank, you like this kind of design feature where you go from the longest hole in the course immediately to the shortest hole.
certainly golf giveth and golf taketh away. This is just minimally uphill, just a couple of feet, but you can see from the overview the design of the green. When that flag's on the right, it's a little bit of a longer carry, so just be a little cognizant of that. You don't have to hit it directly at the flag.
Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on there. Easy birdie.
Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. Now comfortably inside that cut line, the former national champ makes birdie. Now to hole number 9, 501 yards. It's a par 5.
Yeah, we finished with the third par 5 on the front 9. You're just going to come through those sort of chute of marvelous trees that define this fairway. Just avoid the right side. Something down the left side is going to open up the second shot.
And now it's right in his wheelhouse. Good position where he can attack the pin.
Yeah, he has all those options now. That ball's sitting up. You can bring it in high. You can bring it in low. The choice is yours.
This could be a good one. Oh, can't hide the flagstick from that man. It's a tester from 4 feet. Wow, Frank, I did not expect that. An eagle. Well, that was a nearly flawless performance on the front side, but Frank, we know it's an 18-hole game, isn't it?
That's right. Now's not the time to pat yourself on the back.
Good swing, good shot yet again. What a nice shot. Right on the green and a pretty easy putt on the way. Now this for birdie. Came away with par in the previous round. Racking them and stacking them. That's 12 under par now for the tournament. On the tee here at the 11th hole, 417-yard par 4. Is this a drive you like to hit, Frank?
It certainly is, Rich, but it's a little narrower than what your eye first sees. And the reason why, there's a tree sort of another 40, 50 yards down the right side past that bunker. So if you hog that right side, that tree can become a little bit of a problem for the second shot.
I mean, he just blasted it down the fairway, well over 325 yards. I mean, that's how the game is played, right there.
He's just making it look so easy. That birdie coming up, formality.
Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. So all the scores have been posted for round number 2, and look who is on top of the leaderboard, Frank.
Yeah, with 2 very solid rounds of golf. Key right now, just stay out of your own way and keep it up. The pressure will start to build. We know that as you get closer to the end of this tournament.
This is EA Sports. PGA Tour coverage coming up next. Today it's live third round coverage of the Alberta Classic. This one's looking good. Early part of this second nine, and a good approach shot. And now, pretty good chance for birdie. Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. Hit it. Just a couple of feet.
No mistake made there with the par.
So off the long par 3 10th, we are at the 11th hole, 417-yard par 4, Frank.
It looks like a straightaway par 4, Rich, but if anything, the hole actually bends to the left, and you really want to follow that natural contour of that. Just sort of draw it off those bunkers on the right, or just simply carry it over the ones on the left. But ideally down the left side, it avoids that pine tree that's further down.
Paying attention like a little kid at school, Frank. That baby's sitting up.
Sitting up. It's got the best view as well. You don't even need binoculars from where that ball is.
Really good distance control there, playing well to his strengths. This hole's been good to him. Birdie yesterday, and trying for another one today.
Well, I thought they'd at least pick up a shot. Birdie looked like a sitter. Now par.
Did the job right there. Frank, what are we looking at here at the par 4 12, 442 yards?
Players are really focused on that bunker down the left side. Oh, he's winding this one up. Does he have the power to...
He makes a great pass at the golf ball. It's powerful, but it's rhythmic at the same time. What a drive. Just tattooed that. Ready for his second shot, trying to knock it on the green. should be pretty good right there. On the safe side. This hole really sets up well for the player. Birdie yesterday, and a chance for another one today. Birdie here yesterday. This putt again for birdie. Can't wait to write those on the card. One below par. Chalk it up. It's a birdie. Well, Frank, here's another pretty long par 3, the 13th here at Banff Springs, 225 yards. What's the right play?
Well, unless they have that flag all the way in the back, that first 2/3 of the green is just like a nice big circle. You hit it anywhere on that, you can have a putt of some 20, 25 feet maximum for birdie.
On the green, and looking at a birdie opportunity. Par yesterday, now for birdie.
Had every chance of going in.
Locked in on the read and the speed. Well, you can't make them all. You'd like to, but you can't. Just a little tap in here. Time to regroup, Frank.
A little slip. Have to recover. Bogeys aren't the worst.
Well, here we are at the 14th hole. It's a par 4, 442 yards. You like this hole, Frank?
I do, but if you were spraying it off the tee here, then there's all sorts of problems. Bunkers left, trees right. This is a fairway you must hit.
Frank couldn't ask for anything more.
Just a lie there, too. It is sitting up like it's teed up.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Well, that's how you play the game. Right there. This would be nice. Birdie on the card. See if he can make it.
Well, birdies are hard to come by in this situation. So tight.
Keeps him right in the thick of it. Now to the 15th tee, and Frank, this looks like a fun shot to hit.
It won't play its full yardage because of that elevated tee, but a good one out here. We might see one of those 350, 360 plus yard drives. That club must have melted after that one.
Frank, this second shot to the par 4 15th is what you might call a professional's shot. Explain why.
Yeah, there's always an advantage if a better player can shape a shot. So you have a long second shot, but just the way this green is. Notice there's a slightly better entry from the left side. So the better player would try and hit a little fade in there. That might appear the safest shot coming in, but it's going to actually give you the best chance of hitting it close. General run-of-the-mill shot, sometimes you just bash it away over that right bunker, but it's not really the way in which that hole's designed.
Birdie putt coming up. Had a par on this hole yesterday. That has to feel good. That's a birdie. Frank, that front page of the leaderboard has been looking good all week.
You're exactly right, Rich. I think our winner is certainly going to come from that list right now. I'm excited for tomorrow's final round.
This is EA Sports, PGA Tour coverage coming your way. Golf Channel on NBC and EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live final round coverage of the Alberta Classic. Pretty stout second shot here at the par 4 15th. And Frank, what's the right way to shape this one?
It's actually one of the few shots you'd probably want to hit left to right. Notice the entry of the green is more on that left side of the green. Green does pitch back to the player as well, so maybe a little cut in here for a change.
Good looking shot right here. Birdie try again here today. Had a nice birdie on this hole yesterday. Well, Frank, he needed that birdie. Had to have it.
Now only trailing by 2, Rich.
Moving on to number 16 now. It's a par 4, 414 yards. And Frank, what are we looking at here?
It's another hole that'll favor a nice sort of high draw off the tee. It'll set up that second shot to a green that has got several different levels on it.
Excellent looking shot here. Frank, that ball's sitting up like it's on plush carpeting.
Rich, if you and I had lies like that every time, we'd still be playing this game for a living.
Put a birdie on the card here yesterday, don't forget. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Wow, that was so close, Frank.
Just time to forget that one. I mean, he couldn't hit that much better.
So a tester from 4 feet.
That's a good par there, Rich.
Now to the 17th, 374 yards, and Frank, players might be licking their chops here.
They certainly would, Rich. Bunkers left and right, but they can be carried with an aggressive tee shot. It'll set up just a short iron into a green that pitches towards you. So maybe just a little bit underneath the flag with a second shot. Really a chance to have a fast finish.
I mean, he just blasted it down the fairway, well over 325 yards. Didn't knock down the flagstick, but he still has a chance.
21 steps, or should I say feet.
Well, you could see he thought he had that.
It looked in the whole way until the end.
Very well done. Almost made it.
Yeah, there'll be no stress for the next one.
Workmanlike hole. He walks away with a par. Well, here we are at the final hole here at Banff Springs. 578-yard par 5, and Frank, a chance to finish the round with a flourish.
If you're one of the fortunate to hit this fairway, it's very reachable, but well protected by bunkers, left, right, central bunkers as well. You really have to be aware of two things: the wind direction and exactly how far you can carry that tee shot if you want to find this fairway.
Into the tall cabbage. That ball is swallowed up. So missed the fairway, and now he's back where he needs to be.
Yeah, minimize the problems.
Slight waggle, relaxed arms, ready to go. Well, Frank, these winds have not at all subsided. Still a challenge.
Yeah, the same for everybody, and that's where you've just got to adjust your own mental par. Golf course was going to be difficult when you teed off. It's certainly no different now.
Good swing, good shot yet again. Well, that is an exceptional shot on the green and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, that's a formality now.
Frank, that birdie will help the cause. Well, that'll wrap up our coverage of the final round. This is Rich Lerner alongside Frank Novelo for EA Sports. We'll see you next week. EA Sports and the PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live opening round coverage of the International Challenge. Frank, through the years, there have been some great winners at the Open Championship played at Royal Troon.
Well, just in recent history, remember Mark Kalkovecchia in the playoff with Wayne Grady and Greg Norman. There was also Todd Hamilton when he beat Ernie Els in the four-hole playoff. And back in 1996, Justin Leonard was to win his Open Championship.
Tom Watson also won an Open Championship here. Tom Weiskopf, his only major, that was 1973. The great Arnold Palmer, Bobby Locke, they all won at Royal Troon. like the looks of this one. Good chance now for a birdie. That was an outstanding play.
Well, it's almost a guarantee there after that shot. Even par currently.
Good birdie right there.
Yeah, this game, when you can't win, it's all about top 10s, top 20s. And currently, that's exactly where they stand.
Back here on the bonny shores of Scotland at Royal Troon Golf Club with just a wee breeze, as they say over here, Frank. On the tee at the 12th.
Yeah, hole that bends to the right, gorse right and left. There's a bit of a mound and rough down the right side. That has to be avoided. I've seen some long tee shots, but it's the advantage to tee that ball up. Get it up there quickly, get the wind behind you. It's amazing how far you can hit it.
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special. Oh, solid strike right in the heart of the green.
Oh, just a superb shot.
You're not going to see much better than that all day today. Chance for back-to-back.
Moves into the top 10 with that birdie. Let's go down now to hole number 13. An important stretch of holes coming up here late in the first round. What are some keys to finishing the first round strong?
Once again, putting that ball in play, because if you can add one or two more birdies to this scorecard, it's going to look great at the end of the day.
Like the looks of this one.
Oh, yeah.
Frank, this is a way to make golf easy when you can hit it that deep.
Oh, I'm going to say, I know that first number's a 3. I'm guessing the second one's a 2. Let's call it 320.
Appears to be tracking well. What a display of shot making this has been, Frank.
Oh, that incredible approach shot there. The easiest of birdies coming up.
Frank, you've navigated so many leaderboards in your career. This is the way to do it, isn't it?
Oh, there's plenty of holes ahead too, Rich. Third place, a really good position to be playing from here on in.
You'll need to catch this solid 190 yards away. What a turn of events. Just turned this round upside down. Started off slow, but then managed to pick up the pace and back on track now. Terrific golf shot. And now that for an easy birdie. Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. Starting to make a nice move. Birdie and 4 under par for the tournament. So, 1 round in the books and a lot to chew on here.
There is. This is going to be a tough championship to pull away. The standard of golf, especially that first page of the leaderboard. Excellent golf.
EA Sports and the PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live second-round coverage of the International Challenge. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo. Always a treat to be in Scotland, Frank, and at one of the oldest golf clubs in the world, Royal Troon.
It's getting close to 150 years old. It was first established all the way back in 1878. Actually, the original golf course only had 5 holes on it. But over the Open Championship roster, this has probably been the most successful, or provided the most success to American players. The last 6 Open Championship winners, all American.
Has one of the most famous holes in all of major championship golf, the 123-yard par 3 8th. It's known as the postage stamp, and one of the legends had a really nice moment there many years ago.
The late Gene Sarazen, the Squire, he had a little ace there, all televised too, and it was a great way to remember his phenomenal career.
On the green, and a chance for birdie here on the first hole. Made a par in his previous round. This time, it's for birdie.
Given the situation, Rich, things so tight at the top. Very, very good birdie.
That was huge right there. Still with a great chance to come away with this title.
He goes after it like he is here.
Just amazing what they're able to do with that golf swing. Hit it so far at that size. Not overly big, but man, can really move it a long ways. Drivable par 4, not for most in this field, but for this guy, yes, he has just knocked it on. What a shot. Always 2 components to the long lag putt, the speed, number 1, and then the read. And missed out on that second part. Frank going for another birdie here.
Chance to get on a real roll.
Has it for another birdie. 2 holes, 2 birdies. Now at the third hole here at Royal Troon, and Frank, another sort of short par 4, just 379 yards.
Yeah, simplicity's the key here, Rich. You don't really want to hit the ball more than 280 yards. Reason why is there's a burn there. And then from there, still only a wedge into a green that has 2 tiers. The ball just took off the face.
Crucial eagle attempt on the way. Might want to check the GPS on a putt this long.
hole's 4 1/4 inches. Could have done with one light slightly bigger.
Settles in over the putt.
That was cruel. It looked like it was certainly going in.
Got it for par. Rich Lerner back with you here at the 4th hole at Royal Troon. And this is a hole, Frank, that offers up a real scoring opportunity at par 5, first one of the round.
Yeah, it's the last really easy hole you get at this opening start. 3 bunkers, 2 on the left, 1 on the right. But you can easily carry that one on the right, especially with any helping breeze.
A great way to start a hole, nicely placed in the fairway. From a perfect position, ready to play his next shot. Frank, the Open Championship will be played at Royal Troon in 2016. It was first played back in 1923. What was first prize then?
A mere 75 pounds, so that equates to about $150 US. And just to give you an idea, the last time they played there, Rich, was back in 2004. When Todd Hamilton beat Ernie Els. He got a whopping 720,000 pounds. That's right, nearly $1.5 million.
The money's nice, but every player would tell you, Frank, it is still all about that claret jug.
It is, and that's actually suited the Americans because since 1962, they've been to Troon 6 times, and 6 times the victor has been American.
EA Sports and the PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live third-round coverage of the International Challenge. Well, this golf course goes back a long ways, to 1878, in fact. We're at Royal Troon Golf Club in Scotland. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Novello. And Frank, where are some of the scoring opportunities out here?
Well, normally when the Open Championships played, the breeze comes out of the sort of northwest, which means those first few holes are played down breeze, and then the closing stretch is played into the breeze. So really, you sort of make your hay on the way out, and then you hang on for dear life on the way in. That doesn't really change because you have some rather short par fours to start.
This becomes a different kind of battle out there today with these strong, gusty winds. Players will have to think, they'll have to take extra club, and this will not be easy. Frank, about 150 yards to that hole location. Frank, it's one thing to jumpstart your round. This would ignite the round.
Yeah, you don't normally see two par fives back-to-back, so the chances of having consecutive eagles is so rare.
On to the fifth hole now, Frank, and this is really where the old course starts to test the golfers. It's just over 200 yards. You happy with a par 3 here?
You are. This is one of the toughest shots, certainly on the outward 9. There's 4 bunkers of this par 3. You don't really worry about the one that's short left, but the one just on the front right of the green is the biggest concern. You've either got to go around it or carry it.
This is a good-looking shot. Pretty good shot. That ball settles in about 13 feet away.
You'd like to think unlucky for some, but birdie putt coming up.
Just has the feel today. Frank, it's all about the difficult rough off the right-hand side of the green here at the hole they call the slopes.
Yeah, 600 plus yards par 5, so really you don't want to be flirting with that right side.
Oh, he loves that one. You can see it. This one is high, it is deep, and it is gone.
Well, with a good shot here, Rich. This eagle on the cards, hole very reachable from where he is.
Don't get many opportunities like this. This is a good place to take advantage. Well, Frank, obviously way too much club there.
You've got to think something like that, or at least misread the wind. This is never going to sit down.
Wow, lucky break right there, Frank.
Well, that's what everyone else is going to say, except him.
Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Frank, we're moving inland now to the 7th hole. It's a 405-yard par 4. What's ahead?
Little dogleg to the right, a couple of bunkers right on the corner of it. So once again, check the breeze and somehow find that fairway. Well, par 4s, they're not all the same, Rich, but after that tee shot, I guess you can say this one's going to be easy.
That was a beauty right there. This has been just a pure display of ball striking all day long. Has not missed a single green. Every one in regulation. Wow, that was so close, Frank.
Just time to forget that one. I mean, he couldn't hit that much better.
Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. Nothing wrong with that par putt. Now the 8th hole, and if the wind permits, you can take some extra club, sort of get it up in the air and land it softly on the green. I guess the last thing you want is to come in hot and roll it off this postage stamp green.
Well, you really don't want that ball going right either. Those 2 bunkers down the right side are they're the deepest ones, and they must be avoided. Should be safely on deck.
Good chance now for a birdie. That was an outstanding play.
Well, it's almost a guarantee there after that shot.
good putt. Frank, in golf, there's nothing quite like the final round of a hotly contested championship, and this one could be a doozy.
And there's nothing quite like that leaderboard I'm looking at right now. We are going to have some amazing golf. This one is going to have to be won.
EA Sports and the PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's round coverage of the International Challenge.
What a great shot.
Excellent drive, Frank, right where you want to be. And he's set up for his second shot here, looking to knock it on the green. What a display of shot making this has been, Frank.
Oh, that incredible approach shot there. The easiest of birdies coming up.
Made par yesterday. This one for birdie. Everybody loves him. Birdie on the card. Frank, here's the only par 5 on the back 9 at Royal Troon.
You'd think at 542 yards it would be reachable, but the burn that cuts... Oh, he is winding this one up. Does he have the power? Huge with a capital H.
Moved it a long ways. Split the fairway with that. Just a gorgeous swing. This could be a huge momentum swing here, Frank.
Yeah, one more good swing, and he's going to have an eagle putt coming up. I know you don't want to get ahead of yourself, but it is well on the cards.
Well, this one should be safely on deck here. Frank, that is how it's done.
Yeah, take a gross of those. That is a lesson in itself.
And now a chance for eagle. Simple, solid, and he'll take it.
But one that you need to make.
17th here at Royal Troon. This is a very strong par 3, isn't it, Frank?
Well, if rabbits have teeth, then this is why it's called rabbit. Very, very strong par 3.
Can't hide the flagstick from that man. Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. Continues to amaze, yet another birdie, and what a day it's been. Frank, how does this 18th hole here at Royal Troon stack up against some of the other finishing holes in major championship golf?
Rich, it's a stout par 4, 464 yards, so it's sort of in the ilk of Muirfield or Royal St. George's finishing hole. They've had some great 18th holes in Open Championships. This is actually called Craig End, and it's the name of the old farm that was demolished at the turn of the century. So the 18th hole, it's certainly grown up, and it's flourished to more than a farm.
So maybe a nice way to finish up with a good approach here to the 18th and a good chance for birdie. Wow, that hurt.
It did. Shot gone forever.
To win the International Challenge. That is a solid par putt. Just a great putt and a great win.